Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me on the Pixie Dust Designs YouTube channel today. Today I'm making a really fun project using the Music Box die set, and so this comes in a two-part set. It is bundled together, so you will purchase them together. This set also has several different add-ons that I will include in the description below, but we're going to make one box together, and then I'll show you a few other samples that I created. And so I went ahead and I cut out my papers, and you'll see I start with this set of papers. I ended up switching it out towards the end and creating another box because I wasn't really liking these colors. As always, the dies have all of the score lines marked, so it's really easy to know where to fold and know where to glue the pieces, and I'm going to just showing you right now all of the different pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and fold those over on the score line. So this first die right here is going to be the lid, and if you will notice right here, this flap is going to be the back of the lid. So if you're using directional paper, just make sure that you are aware where that flap is, because that's going to be the back. So anything you put on it would need to be facing the right direction so that when you look at it or close the box that it is in the right direction. And then along with the lid, there are several, I want to say kind of like accessory dies that kind of just trim out. These are all stitch dies, and basically what you do with these is you can for example use a solid cardstock like I'm doing, and then decorate with a different pattern or use pattern cardstock to decorate the different sides of the box. And so here I am just showing where each of these pieces is going to go. And it's easier to do this before you start folding and gluing, and so I've already kind of folded my score lines over, but I haven't glued anything yet. And it is really easy to glue these together. You're just going to find the flaps in whatever order you want to do that in. So I am just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue and then hold that together with my fingers for a second until that is secure, and then I will go ahead and add a little bit more glue to the other two flaps. And again, this piece right here is the lid, and this is the back of the lid. So this is where it's going to attach to the box that we're going to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that back. I'll set this one aside, and this is the actual box. And again, I have already done all of my folding on the score lines. And actually, I kind of messed this box up because I wanted to use the more colorful side of the paper, and I ended up putting adhesive when I did the lid on the wrong side. And so I just went ahead and flipped it over and went with it. But that's part of the reason that I redid this box. So you notice again, kind of towards the end, that I do switch that out for another kind of pattern, I guess you can say. And so this is really easy. You're just going to add adhesive to the flaps and adhere those. And again, this is the inside of the box. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of crease those areas where I glued, just to make sure that everything was very well secured. This portion right here, this die and the paper that I cut out using the die, is going to be the insert that goes into the top of the music box. You can skip this portion, or you can add it. I used a plain piece of paper on this one, and then I ended up changing it out. But this is what goes inside the top of the lid, kind of like a false front, I guess you could say. You can hide little goodies behind there if it's not glued down, which I don't glue this down because it fits in there well enough where it's not going to come out. So I went ahead and put that in the lid, and then this portion is the portion of the music box where our little character is going to be sitting. And this die that I'm showing right here shows you the little trim pieces for that insert where the character will be, as well as there is another die cut in that which will create a flap for the front of the box where you can keep it shut. Now, when I went ahead and did this, on the box that I'm going to be using. I glued it in first before adding my character. Don't do that. It was very difficult for me to get the character in because I had already glued that portion into my box. And here I am showing the completed box that I did originally. I added that back mirror piece along with the frame. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the box that I redid. And on this one, you'll notice I did not add any of those accessory pieces of paper to the outside, just because I used all of it is pattern paper and I didn't feel like it needed that. I went ahead and added a die cut into the back of the box. And here is how the way that I found that was easiest to insert the top to make sure it's even. Just add the top to the top of your box, add your adhesive, and then you're just going to push that flap down and make sure it's secure. And that's going to be basically the hinge for the box. And this way it'll end up evenly. I'll show you one that I did originally that didn't turn out so even, so the lid doesn't close. But if you do it this way, the lid will close very easily. And there's our cute little penguin that we're going to use in the music box. And there is a die set in this set as well that lets you create this bow. And I'm just kind of loosening that paper up with my bone folder to make sure that this bow curls over very easily without creasing the paper or wrinkling the paper up. It's really easy to put this one together. Just a little bit of glue, and then you're going to flip those ends towards the center. And then I also added a little gem piece, and that will be glued to the other portion of that bow, and I'll set that aside. For the this die piece right here, there are several different shapes that you can trim out that little slit. That is where your music box character is going to go. There's also a piece on there that will allow you to create a flap for the front of the box. And this is where I ran into a little bit of difficulty because I had already glued this piece in. So I had to do a little bit of finagling to get that to go in there. But basically when you close the lid, that's going to fold down, and then when you open it, it'll fold back up. So that is the completed box. I'll go ahead and show you the rest of them. Here is the box with the little mirror and the frame in the background, and all these pieces come with this die set. This next box, I believe, is the first one. This is the one I really messed up on as far as putting the lid on. And you'll see right here, I'm going to show you, I put the lid halfway down. I don't know why. It should have been at the very top. But I really love this pattern paper, so I'm going to keep it. The lid doesn't close as easily because I did that incorrectly, but it's really pretty paper, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And then this is the last box. This one I did not actually add the music box portion in the middle, so it's just an empty box, and I just added a butterfly in there with a little bit of foam. And that's going to finish off my video for today. I'm going to use this again before Christmas. I wanted to show you a few more ideas on how to use this, so I hope you stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the Pixie Dust Designs YouTube channel. If you like this video, I'd love a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.